Moir TV, that's the best. I pulled it! Powered by MTV Direct, you mad dogs!
Hey guys, got me 2022 Strive here. Going to give you a quick rundown. You've probably seen all the reviews online already, but basically a lot's changed since my race bike from last year, because I think that came out in 2019, so it's copped a bit of flack for having outdated geometry. So basically I'm going to compare the differences and what's new on this bike versus my old bike, just so if you want to upgrade from the old Strive, you can understand what's changed. And yeah. Alright, here she is. New rig, had the full overhaul. New bike design from the ground up, longer, slacker, all that good stuff. In the new rig, I've picked medium. I'm only very early on in the process of like testing it and getting used to it, because I've been held back a bit with my shoulder. But at the moment, I'm on the medium, and we'll get into the details on why and all the other changes. In the rear, we actually got an extra 10 mil of travel this year, so that brings it to 160. Yeah, despite what they said on Pink Bike in that thing, we actually just ran a standard shock with 150 in the old bike. So yeah, there's an extra 10 mil travel. And it's also, the linkage curve's more progressive. So we'll put a little chart in there, Staggs, you can whip it in so they can see. Basically just ramps up a bit more. Be able to get that nice supple feeling up top and then have a bit more support as it goes down. But yeah, I'm still not at the stage where I'm tuning shocks yet, so we'll get to that fun in a couple of weeks when I go to Europe. Next up, we have a way slacker head angle. I think that bike was like 65, maybe even 66. I don't know for sure, I haven't looked at it, but I know I run it at 64. We had to put that cup, little spacer cup thing under the frame there, in the, like on top of the fork, to bring it up, and then also that slackens it out a bit. I think I tried a 5 mil, 10 mil, and then ended up with a 15 mil. So that's sitting at 64 degrees. The new bike's at 63 degrees, so already well slack enough. No need to be whacking spacers and stuff under the frame, which is pretty handy. Okay, for the wheelbase, she's a bit of a big horse. That's why I've picked the medium frame size. That old wheelbase was 1240, and this bike in the shortest setting is around 1270. So that's about 30 mil longer, which is significantly bigger. It's definitely going to be better on those fast, wide open sections. Going to feel a lot more stable and just comfortable on that stuff. Pretty sure the swing arm size is roughly the same, so that means with that much extra length that we're going to get a way more roomy reach. That bike was 448, I want to say, maybe 450. And this bike in the shortest setting is at 470, so that's not something I'm complaining about. I definitely felt like I was a bit crammed on that bike, so it's going to be good to have a bit more room there. One of the best changes on the bike to help out in the long liaisons and steep climbs is the steepened seat tube. That one is like so slack, and it was like kind of hard to pedal. So this one's been steepened up about 5 degrees. It's sitting at 76 degrees. So it's definitely, yeah, it's just going to help, especially when you're sitting in the saddle all day at a World Enduro. You want to be comfortable and you want to be pedaling easily. And I think it steepens 1.5 degrees with the shapeshifter on. My mistake in the previous video, I thought this was just like a prototype color because I wasn't actually told, but I seen in the release that this is the color of the underdog spec model, I think, so you can get the silver and black one and then this one as well. And the last significant change on the new Strive is that they've stiffened it up. I think the rear triangle is relatively the same, but apparently the front triangle's stiffened up by 25%, which sounds like quite a lot, but I haven't been able to feel that because I've just been cruising, riding pretty smooth trails. But I think this is going to feel real good on some gnarlier tracks when I get overseas. So there she is. New rig, obviously built for speed and stability. All this stuff is really going to help at like, yeah, high speed, rough. When you're riding the bike 100%, it's just going to make it feel more comfortable. So can't wait to be back riding at 100%, heading to Europe in like a month. And I'm really excited to test it out in like Finale and maybe Malini and San Remo and see how it goes on that faster, burlier stuff. So yeah, I'll get stuck into the testing in Europe before that first World Enduro, and if I got enough time, might whack up another video for you. Just some, like a sketchy GoPro one, let you know how it's going. Might even try out some different sizes, but yeah, thanks for watching. Out here, getting her muddy, getting some hours in, punching laps. Okay people, going to rip the new Strive down one of my favourite local trails. Been playing around with the reach settings a bit. This track's a little bit faster, so it's more of a downhill track, not really a tight, sketchy enduro track. So yeah, see how she goes at speed. Let's roll. Headley section up top. Little floater. Shapeshifter engaged. Shapeshifter disengaged. Oh, he's got a spiky bush in my knuckle. Good through that stuff. Section of track is destroyed. Damn son, handle's insane on that tapped, fast, choppy stuff. Like some of those back-to-back drops, well, I think you just feel the stiffness in the frame because you can just belt it in there. I don't know, it kind of feels like a downhill rig. Well, I suppose she's set up like a downhill rig with the geo and the big fork. So yeah, man, I mean, I guess that's what it's built for. I need to take it to some tight sections and hit them, see how it is on real steep techie stuff. We don't really have that here though, so I'll bust some of that out before that first race over in Scotland.
Like that shit. Subscribe to that shit.